Okay, kiddies, welcome to Science Sundays, where we smash open a bath bomb and then turn it into this amazing cocktail, and we see what the inside of the bath bomb looks like. Now, I chose this bath bomb, even though it's from the Christmas range and it's not a regular line item. It's a regular Christmas type item. Every Christmas so far, they've been rolling around with one of these Golden Wonder type things. And this is what happens. Can you hear it? You almost can't hear it, but there is something in here. And when you put this in the water, it is supposed to disperse rather fast. And then the embeds that are inside of it are supposed to be like this bright blue and green presents that are inside the gift. You know, that's your gift on the inside, and then it disperses into the water and it looks really pretty. But it's all glitzy and golden and filled with glitter. And it's a really pretty thing. So I want to smash it and find out what exactly the insides look like. Where are our tools of mass destruction? Here we have some scissors. I got scissors right here. I'm going to cut up all the fun with that. We got a knife. Not sure why anymore. And we got a dirty-ass hammer that we're going to cover in a bag. And what else do we have here? We have a drip of water on the bag. That's not a good thing. Don't put water near these products until you're ready to use them. What we're going to be using in the cocktail afterwards is some chopped up French Kiss Bubble Bar, which is right here. Then we're going to be using the shiny blue part of the Mermaid Fun. Look how pretty that is. It's half of the shiny blue part. The blue part of the Mermaid Fun is a lot of blue. And then it's yellow and skin colored. See? Now the only thing I don't like about Mermaid Fun is the other colors. Now obviously it has such a weak scent that I can't tell you what it is. I get a hint of citrus out of it and that's it. And I'm talking the smallest hint in the world. It's so light and so unfragrant that I find it basically pointless unless you're giving it to children. Just to play with, you know? And it is pretty. That's the only thing that I do like, is that that blue part is really pretty. Then we're going to be using some yellow fun, which to me is the worst fun you could purchase. It's supposed to be vanilla, but it smells like Play-Doh. So, it's not my favorite. It does have that Play-Doh fun smell, you know? Then, of course, we have the white part of the Santa Fun, with a little bit of black on it, because it's black, white, gold, and red. Santa Fun is the same fragrance from Lily Savant soaps. If you've tried Lily Savant soap in the kitchen, it's a nice lily fragrance, then you'd realize that it is a lily smell, and it's pretty, but it's not overpowering. Like, some lily smells can stink. This one doesn't stink. It smells nice. But Santa Fun is one of my favorites, so I'm going to add that in. But I chose the white portion of it because we're going to have so many different colors. We're definitely going to wind up with some boo-booed water. I don't want boo-boo water. On top of that, last but not least, we are using the very crumbly, kind of dried out Fun with a Twist, which is a first mixture they ever created with Dragon's, the Dragon's Egg Bath Bomb and Twilight. So it's the two fragrances. The orange, glittery, pretty part, let me get in closer, is Dragon's Egg, and the purple part is Twilight. As for jelly, we're using Twilight and pink custard, because I'm in love with pink custard. I think pink custard's gotta be one of the best smells I've ever smelled. I can't get over it. I love it. Unfortunately, with this, we're just going to crumble it into Bob, because it's just literally just falling apart. It's so dried out. They have not remade it again. I'm begging them every day to bring it back. I keep it in this. I don't advise this, but in Sweden or other places, Norway, things like Norwegian, whatever it is, I have a hard time pronouncing shit. This is the way they get their fun. They get it in a jar. So I put it in this to try and keep it, and it turned out that it had gotten even more dried out. And it used to be beautiful, striped, pretty. It's not any longer. And it's my last one. I bought 10 of them when they came out because I was so in love. And there is nothing in Lush that is a fragrance of the Dragon's Egg except for the balm. Nothing else in Lush has ever been created in the Dragon's Egg fragrance except for Fun with a Twist and that bath bomb. So I had to get it. Let's smashy. Ready? Try and get it at the tippity top right here. 1 and a 2 and a 3. Ooh, we made a mess. That was so easy. Okay, so here is part of the present. Let's just start putting the present pieces to the side here, and we'll dig out the middle. That's why nothing was shaking. Because the block that went in the center kind of just was part of the present. It just adhered to the inside. See? This is supposed to be loose in there. It's like a box inside a box inside a box. And then you have your littler embeds that make your color. See them? That's why things weren't really like shaking. Why we weren't making much noise. The embeds were so tiny. By the way, just so you guys know, Science Sunday is extremely difficult for me. Wanna know why? I hate the way bath bombs feel on your fingers. Ooh. It puts that feeling up through the back of your neck and the... Oh, God, I hate it. But I do it for yous because yous like it. And I'd like to please yous. Basically, I do it because I really want to know what was in the inside of this thing. What was in the inside of these bombs. Alright. Move these bad boys across here. Ooh, another piece of blue. And there you have it. This was what was in the inside. I am intrigued. I like this little blue box inside the, you know, whatever this color would be. White and gold, champagne color. I like the blue box inside like that. I think that's really, really cool. I think we should once again dump it all into Bob. What do you guys think? Dump it in Bob and set it off like that? Or do we want to dump it in the water and see what it does? We can do both. We can put the embeddy part in the water. And the gold glittery portions inside Bob. I think we should do that. Which might give me a little bit of a leadway to not dump everything through the bottom of Bob's grates here. You know, if we kind of line Bob a little bit. Wow, look at the inside of that. There is really no science to this. Like, you know, I call it Science Sundays, and I welcome you all to the lab. But, I mean, I basically... You know... Nah, it's not really science, babe. It's just smashing. There you go. I think that should be pretty good to try and hold the rest of the goodies and stuff that we're going to throw in here. So they don't slip out, because I don't have the paper or anything under Bob. And then we can do it both ways. We got some going there, which I hate the way this feels. So some going that way into Bob, and the rest of it... Oh, here's another big chunk. Sorry. And then we'll pile the rest of the stuff on top. But let's go ahead and chop up our French kiss. I love chopping stuff up. It's so much fun, it really is. But see how everything kind of just gets mixed together? Here's the fun with the twist. So we might as well throw it all into Bob so we're not wasting anything. Because we're going to use it. It's all going into the bath. Let me clean this up. I'll be right back. Okay, this is as cleaned up as we're getting. Let's go ahead and go with French Kiss. Now, French Kiss Bubble Bar... It's got to be like one of the closest things to a Twilight bubble bar that I can get to. Because it's not the same fragrance as Twilight. It's more lavendery. I would say if you're looking for bubble bars to pair up with Twilight Bath Bomb or Twilight shower gels or jellies or something like that, go with French Kiss or go with a Unicorn Horn. Unicorn Horn is only available around Valentine's Day. Very hard to grab unless you're going on eBay or Mercari or something like that. French Kiss is a mainline item. I would definitely say go with French Kiss. I never get them. I've only gotten it once, and they've had the lavender pod seed, you know, the seed pod actually in it, the lavender sprig. So I only have one that has that. But otherwise than that, if you buy them in store, they have them like that. But I ordered them. Let's go ahead and let's chop up our French Kiss bubble bar. I think we should chop him like this. He has a big line of purple on the inside of him. Now, some of them come light, some of them come more dark. But this one has faded a little bit because I've had them for over a month. I do keep them for a long period of time. I mean, you can. It's not really a big to-do. But if you look on the inside, some of them are so deeply purpled in the inside, and then some of them are nice and pretty and light like that. It just depends on where you're ordering or where you're buying from. Ooh. This one's not, like, crumbling as nicely as the fresher ones do. I really do like them when they're more fresh. Oh, look here. We're getting down to that purpley part now. See it? See how it's got that nice little purple, dark purpliness through it? Now, that's the part that obviously has not touched too much of the air. And it's only that one little spot. So everything basically on this has dried out except for that. See it? Okay. Whoop. I try and shimmy this down as much as I can. Wow. That almost looks like sickly. Like if you're looking at a petri dish and the fungus is like growing through it, it almost looks like that. I swear to you it's not. These things are not dangerous or anything like that. They're not 100% natural, but they're as close to a natural product as you would get. And it's not bad or anything. They are suggested to be used in the timely manner for their freshness. But if they go over the freshness, it's okay. You can still use the product. Just don't wait like a year later to use it. If it's a month or two past, that's fine. I wouldn't go any further than that at all. Okay. Because it just isn't healthy to go that much further. You don't want to do that. Same thing with yogurt or milk. If it's 5 days past its expiration date, you're okay. If you go to that 6th day, it's not okay. Expiration dates are put in there by government guideline to make sure that they're not selling you a bad product. So it still has like a week left of shelf life, but they cannot sell it if it has a week left of shelf life. You know, like whatever's left. You guys get what I'm saying. You learn that in like, I don't know, 8th grade or something. Alright, so here is the French Kiss Smash Up. This is our bubble bar. Hopefully we don't get too much boo-booed water out of all these crazy colors. But we're going to go ahead and I'm going to plop this into Bob the strainer. And hopefully this will hold most of it together and we won't lose all of our bubble bar as I'm walking it to the bathroom. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, kitties, now we can go ahead and bring Bob back in so he is the star of the show. Bob is here. Let's pull out our fun, because this is the stuff we're going to be using next. We're going to be chopping up and cutting up some fun. The fun with the twist, all we have to do is break it apart, because it is, like, literally so dry and crumbly. That's why I don't use it as a soap. I only use it as add-in for baths and things like that. Oh, it's so going to give us boo-boo colored. It looks boo-boo colored already. This is something you fed your dog that didn't agree with him. It's beautiful when you initially first get your product. It's pretty. It's a bright, shimmery orange, gorgeous, lustery color. And that bright, beautiful purple. And as it sits for a little while, it turns into poo. So here is our poo with a twist. This is like, you know, the dog got a little bit of bad shop meat or something. As per the milk going past the expiration date, do I suggest that you drink it 5 days past the expiration date? No, don't do that. But in some areas of the world, they may have to do that. So, do I suggest that you do it? Please don't. Please don't. Anything past its expiration date food-wise that you have to consume, don't do it. Just don't do it. Save yourself. Please. Here is the Santa Fun. Fun is awesome. Like, you can smush it and everything. This one's drying up a little bit. It's from December. So it is starting to get a little bit of dryness. But you want to know what's cool about Fun? You can, like, flatten it out really well. And then whip out your scissors! And you can literally sit here and just cut it away. And make it really tiny so it dissolves nice in your bath. Like, that big chunk is not going to dissolve pretty well. Everything else is going to dissolve and I'm going to be left with all little pieces of Fun. I have a weird habit of always wanting to use a scissor when it comes down to the Fun. This is a nice one, though. This is a nice lily-type fragrance. I really like this one. Santa is one of my favorite. I like the Lily Savant soap, but I kind of thought it was a little too strong. So what I did with Lily Savant soap is I cut it into smaller pieces and used it. So like 100-gram size piece of soap, I chopped down to like 4 pieces and used it that way and left it out in the air. And it kind of dispersed a little bit of that smell, and it turned out to be one of my favorite. I notice when you buy stuff in the kitchen, you can't just love it right off rip. You have to give it an opportunity to sit, and then you go back to it and see if you hate it or love it, you know? It's so fresh that it has that scent to it that you probably wouldn't enjoy. And then you let it sit out a little bit and let it get a little bit of air and go back to it, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, it's amazing! With Jungle Conditioner, oh, I almost puked when I first smelt it. That doesn't sound too educated there, but... Like, I like how Richard says that I am aggressive, and I have a very heavy, uneducated vocabulary. Why is it because I curse do you think that I'm uneducated? Like, really? Like, I love that. Not you, Rich. This asshole on my comments, which is now belonging to my block list. Well, will be as of in a half an hour. If somebody's gonna leave a nasty, condescending comment like that, oh, block list, here you come. I have no problem. My block list is nice and hefty. I mean, I don't mind debating with yous and, like, you know, talking and things like that. But if you're gonna come out and say something nasty or something derogatory or something vicious, or the best one that I love getting is, you sit on your bed and make videos, go get a life. It's 20 minutes or 15 minutes per video. How does me sitting on my bed for 20 minutes to make a video so that way you guys can see my pretty headboard and not like my crappy couch or plain old boring wall, me not having a life, honey? Really? Come on now. It's just, when the stupidity flies like that, for 20 minutes out of a 24-hour day, 100% I nail yous on the block list. 1, 2, 3. I don't have time for it. But if it's something like you disagree with something I do, or, you know, something I've said, and you want to talk about it, there are ways to have nice, calm, relaxing conversations, debates, things like that, without feeling, you know, like, basically, without feeling like shit behind it. You know, like, you don't have to turn around and chew someone to pieces. Now, what I do here on YouTube is I judge products. I review and judge products. That's why people send them to me. And then I find the great ones and I tell you guys, hey, this one's awesome. This is where you want to spend your money. Go for it. But you guys basically have the right to use your own mind and your own personality, you know, your own opinions on products. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is that, see, it's just plain blue. And then there's the glittery on the outside. I wish all of it was all glittery all the way through. I hate that. But we're going to go ahead and go for it anyway. And we're going to add it in. So it's going to make some of our water blue. I like doing it with a scissor. If you ever get an opportunity to use a scissor to cut up fun, you want to do it. It's funny. It just feels good. But a lot of people want to sit there and talk about, you know, education and this and that you don't feel I'm educated because I say the words fuck or shit or piss or goddamn or something like that. I mean, you know, cursing is just what people do. It's normal in some families and it's not normal to other families. I grew up with cursing in my world and in my home. I grew up in the state of New York, you know? I mean, you walk into a deli and they say, hey, how the fuck are you? You know, like, that's the way it is. So, it's a second language. I don't have a mouth like a truck driver. I'm not an animal. You know, what was some of the other shit that was said? I do not practice witchcraft. Because I like to sage my home and rid it of any kind of bad spirit or demon or anything like that, does not mean that I'm practicing in any kind of devil worshipping or witchcraft or anything like that. Do I enjoy reading and learning about the Wiccan religion? Of course I do, but that is not devil worshipping or witchcraft or nothing like that. No, I do not allow the devil into my home by watching a horror movie. If I argue with my husband, it's not going toe-to-toe with him all the time. We are both very passionate people, and we both have our opinions, and when we argue, it's because we are passionate about each other, and we love each other.
They think we throw boxing gloves on or something?
No, somebody had passed a comment, and I just want to address it real quick.
Fuck that.
Yeah. And for those of you who want to talk, you know, this lady who thought I would come at her and say, you know, this religious nut is going nuts on my channel. No, I don't feel that way at all. Those of you who may or may not know, November 14th, 2011, I became a born again. I was reborn. Did I stick with it? No. No, I didn't. Do I have my religious beliefs? Yes, I do. I was raised a Roman Catholic. I have plenty of beliefs and plenty of things that I still do ritualize and still do. But basically what I believe is with religion, you don't touch it. You stay away from it. To each their own. If you believe something and I don't believe something, to each their own. I don't bring it up. Am I still a born-again Christian? I don't feel as I am a practicing born-again Christian. No. But do I still have my beliefs in God and things like that? To a point. I don't know what's going to happen when I die. I don't know what's up there. I don't know if he is up there. I don't know if she is up there. I don't know. Simply because I'm not dead. And I have not died and come back to be able to tell you. So none of us actually know. We just have what we believe. Jelly chopping. I like cutting jelly with a scissor as well. The thinner you cut the jelly, the easier it's going to disperse, where you don't have to have burning hot water to kind of bring it down. So I just lightly chop it up with the scissor to try and get it in smaller pieces. I am going to do this with burning hot water, but I kind of don't want to. This is going to be an unbelievably long video. This might have to be a two-parter, guys. So the first part, we're going to chop shit up, put it all together, and part 2 of this Sunday segment, we're going to do the bath portion. And then guess what? I'm jumping on in. But just to clear some shit up, I don't bring up religion, and I don't care about anybody else's religious beliefs because those are yours. Mine are, basically, whatever happens, happens. Do I think that God wants to redeem me? I am redeemed. I am loved. I am respected, and for anything that I may have done bad in my past, I am forgiven, and I know that. Why do I know that? Because it's in my heart. I don't need for someone to tell me that I will be redeemed or that he wants to redeem me and I have to go to a church or I have to have my beliefs or this or that or praise Jesus every day, all day. I just don't feel that way. I feel that I can go ahead. If I want to speak to God, I can open my mouth and say it. I don't need any of that other type of stuff that everybody else feels they want to do. If you want it and you need it in your life, then that's fine. I am a different type of person. That's how I feel. And everybody can have their opinions. But the reason that I don't bring up religion, and I don't allow it, and I do delete the religious comments in my feed, is because you just don't talk about it because there are too many people in the world, millions of people who have different beliefs. You know, I mean, so let's not talk about it. Let's not bring it up. This will be the last time I will ever speak religion with you guys. It's over and it's done with now. Unfortunately, I will have to delete that comment just because I'm not going to start a debate on religion. And, you know, I just don't allow religious type comments of that nature. I did read it. I do like the way you were coming off and what you were trying to say to me, and I do appreciate it and respect it. It's just not going to remain there. You know, I respect everyone's beliefs. Do I follow everyone's beliefs and how they feel and things like that? No, because everybody has their own shit. But when it comes down to personal life and things like that and going toe-to-toe with my husband, if I argue with my husband, it's because we are both two very passionate people. And we do love each other and give a shit about each other very much to argue with each other and say, no, you're going to make that mistake. Don't do it. I love you too much to watch something bad happen to you. That is what that is. It's not exactly going in and throwing the gloves on and fighting with him every day. And I don't feel I fight with my husband every day. How many times do we fight? Well, yeah, not really enough to count. Do we go through periods like any other couple where things are stressful due to money, non-sleep, things like that? Yes, yes, yes. It happens. There are stressful down periods where you get depressed or you get upset. And then what do? We sit and we talk to each other, finally, in the end, when neither one of us can take it anymore, and we work it out. Relationships are hard. That is why they end after a while. In order to keep them going, you have to figure out what you and your partner do to make it work, and how it works for you in particular. We have one way of doing it. Y'all may have a different way of doing it. Let's end this video right here, right now, and stay tuned for part 2 of this video, where we are going to take it over to the bath and make a cocktail. So I love yous all. I'll be back in a little bit.